Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I have another minion necromancer build, and I just want to start this video off by saying that I am very aware that minions fall off after 70 and they are really rough to play with, as well as their damage and survivability is just terrible. I have done a lot of playing around with it on stream and off stream. I've done Paragon builds trying to increase their health, trying to increase their damage, and overall the minions as a DPS asset for the class is just absolute garbage right now. We're just waiting for Blizzard to do something about it, just because their damage is just so abysmal that it's just almost unplayable. The only way that I've made minions work is to almost treat them as a support. So I was using the militia to carve corpses, I was using the mages, and I am going to be using them in this build to generate essence. And then I've been using the blood golem to kind of soak up some damage for me because I am playing hardcore. But again, the golem, or it could be switched out for anything else like an ultimate, maybe even like Bone Storm or any other type of abilities that you'd like to put in there. Maybe you want to put in some curses. But overall, I am very aware that minions are falling off and in a bad place right now, and it definitely needs to be fixed. Also, there's a lot of like amazing builds out there, like Rogue, the Sorcerer is just doing amazing right now. And the Rogue's doing amazing. Whirlwind Barbarian is just nuts. Like, all these other builds are nuts. I've also seen builds that use Bone for the Necromancer as well as Blood, and it works out way better than with the minions. I am just trying to optimize a minion build as much as possible and just try to get it to work. So if you guys have any ideas or anything that you'd like to contribute, please just throw it in the comment section and we can talk about it and try to get some kind of builds finalized. And then maybe when it comes around for when they buff and rework it, it could be a lot better. But other than that, I'm going to get straight into it with you guys. First off, I'm going to put the build link in the description. I know we had problems with it in the last video. I'm going to make sure it's good this time. I'm going to put it in the description so you guys, whether you just want to pull the build and get back to playing, it's up to you, or you can keep watching the video and I will explain through all of it, as well as show you what I have done with the Paragon board. Sorry, my dog's like messing with a blanket. So I can show you the Paragon board. I'm going to show you everything on here, but the build is going to be in the description, as well as at the end of this video, I'm going to put some gameplay and some footage of some of the clump and dumps I've been doing. This is an AoE shadow build, as well as I'm using the minions as kind of like a support, and then we sacrifice the militia. So without further talking, so I'm not wasting as much as your time, we're just going to go to the skill tree. We're going to go all the way to the top. We have Reap. We're going to go down. We're going to take Imperfectly Balanced, so we get more damage out of our core skill. And then we're going to take one here. We're going to go full Blight all the way over to you and your minions deal 15% increased damage to enemies with Blight. So this will help them with our corpse explosion. We're going to take Hued Flesh so that we have a chance to get more corpses when we're attacking. We take Corpse Explosion, and then we go all the way to Blighted Corpse just for that AoE. We're then going to take Grim Harvest and Fueled by Death. This is going to help us generate essence when we're consuming corpses. This is part of the essence generation part of the build, along with the mages that I'll be showing later. Fueled by Death, we go down. We're going to take Death's Embrace, so enemies that are closer, we take 6% more damage from you, and they deal 9% less damage to us to increase survivability and our damage. And then we put 2 into you deal 8% increased damage to distant enemies. Wherever we are, it's just going to help us do more damage. And then we have Skeletal Mage Mastery. So this one, it's kind of debatable whether you want to put this or not. I put 3 in here to increase the life of the skeletons. I don't care about the damage because their damage sucks in the first place. But when I had no points in this, my skeletal mages would almost get one shot all the time. So this right here helps the mages stay up. And the point of this build is to kind of stay ahead of your minions. And you want to get up in there, and you want to start your pull. You want to pull everything in with tendrils, which we'll be talking about right here. And then you want to nuke it all with your Blight and your Corpse Explosion. Your mages will be in the back just slinging. They'll be on frost, so they'll be freezing, but they'll also be generating essence for you to help you keep using Blight as much as possible. So we took Corpse Tendrils, and then we go Reaper's Pursuit all the way to Gloom and Terror just to help our damage. This is going to be Necrotic Carpus, so we get Fortify from when a corpse is formed from your skills or minions. It fortifies our base life. This is just to help a lot with survivability. We increased the damage and life of our golem, and then we have Death's Defense. This is going to help your skellies not get one shot. And then I just put 1 in here just to connect it to the Death's Defense. And then we're going to be taking Shadow Blight, because Shadow Blight is amazing for the 2 passives and aspects that we have on the armor pieces. Going over Book of the Undead, we're just going to sacrifice our Reapers to get 15% more shadow damage, since this is a shadow damage based build. And then we're going to take our Skelly Mages on Cold Mages, And then we're going to have the Golem on blood. You can take Iron Slam just for more vulnerability. Or if you want a taunt, you could take the bone and make him run in and taunt, and then he sheds a corpse when he takes damage. You could do that as well to help you get more corpses, but I used to have the Reapers for 15% chance to carve flesh off the enemies. They die very fast, and the problem is that when they die very fast, I go to resummon skeletons, and if my mages are dead, I'm stuck trying to summon my Reapers while I'm trying to get my mages back up. So I had to get all my Reapers up and then my mage, and there's no way to summon them reverse, so it's always going to summon, from what I know, it's always going to summon the militia first, so we can't get the mages back up. So if I eliminate the militia, I'm always going to have mages up, which is going to help my essence generation. And the next one here is going to be the Paragon Board. So the Paragon Board, this is a lot, and I don't want to just bog you guys down with like a 30-minute video going over every single Paragon point. I know you guys want to get back to the game, and we're just trying to get things rolling. But I went all the way through here. The first board that I picked was Legendary Node, Flesh Eater. Consuming 5 corpse grants 40% increased damage. We shot straight through that board. We selected our next board. We took Scent of Death, which with at least 2 corpses nearby, you gain 15% damage reduction. And then we also took the rare node, Damage to Injured Enemies and 100 armor. This was for my survivability, more armored, and then injured enemies. If you guys don't know what injured means, when an enemy gets below 85% health, they are considered injured. So you're going to do more damage to them at that point. That's the point of this. I'm pretty sure it's 85%. And then we go up. We're going to go to Deathmark, which 25% damage to injured enemies, and then plus 10 intelligence. And we also took more armor and intelligence up here, as well as more armor. We then went to the next board, and the next board I grabbed is going to be, well, the board is called Wither. So your shadow damage over time effects have a 5% chance to deal 50% bonus damage each time they deal damage. But we flipped the board just so we could get this right away, Lingering Shadows. 20% shadow damage over time and 10% more shadow damage. Now, I'm only level 72. So unless you put this board on first, which you could put this board first and then put this one next and use this one last, which would probably be more ideal. But if you are like wondering why I have all these, I have all of my renown done. So if you guys don't know about the renown system, these are all of the different types of tasks you have to do in the area. So this one's Stronghold and Side Quest. You guys can't see it because the camera's in the way. But side dungeons, Altar of Lilith, areas discovered, you got to get all of these done, and you get 4 Paragon points each zone. So that's an extra 20 Paragon points, as well as there is 4 Lilith statues total that give you more Paragons. So you get a total of 24 extra Paragon points when you get to level 50 and beyond. So it's going to be amazing for your Paragon. I highly recommend just banging those out. Get the renown done. It sucks. It takes hours on end to get it all done, but it's very worth it. And I highly recommend doing it in the early levels because the side quest XP does not scale. So it's just like, once you get to the higher level, you're going to be pulling your hair out trying to do all the side quests. They're just so boring. But that's the whole build for that. And then, yeah. So this is the way I have it set up down here. I use Q, W, E, F, and R. You can use your own hotkeys, but that's essentially it for the video, though. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. There's going to be a couple minutes of footage at the end of this video showing some of the pulls and clears so you guys can kind of get an idea of how I go in and nuke the targets. The damage it's there and it's doing good. We're doing World Tier 4. We've been doing Nightmare Dungeons like Tier 24. I've done Nightmare Dungeons where they're like level 78 while I was like 69. So the damage is very good, and you can definitely kill a lot of higher level enemies, but there is a lot of work to do. I just think the Necromancer needs some work, so we're kind of struggling here when it comes to different types of minion type builds. But that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Enjoy the build, and if you like the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one.
let us fade away to nothing.